Hello everyone. This is just another video message for I felt like I should put out this evening. There will be no live sessions today because there was one obviously yesterday, so I felt like I should just send out a new video message. This is something to do with something that we all know, and yet we tend to always hide behind the facade that this world puts before you, thinking that you need to always look for strength in others. And by this I mean that the whole mentality about the herd mentality. For ages now, civilization as we know it, for ages now, we have always relied on someone else to bring discipline into our lives. Be it religion, let it be anything at all. We always look for some kind of support from someone else to bring discipline into our lives, to bring that motivation. And therefore we feel that that's why that there's always been systems. There's always been some kind of systems. We feel the need to be under some kind of control in order to some kind of feel control of ourselves and to bring discipline to ourselves. So be it whether it's religion or finding a job or doing anything on your own, we have this kind of inbuilt insecurity within us. This insecurity within us, it can almost get to become like an obsession that we cannot do without. When we see 10 people doing something, we think that's the right way to do it. So we follow that. And this is how it all began, right from the beginning of civilization, right from ages ago. Religion was started, when all it was supposed to be was message of love, message of unconditional love, to love each other, to be with each other, to learn. And what did we end up doing? We ended up creating systems, and we ended up creating systems which had rituals to follow. There were scriptures that were created around these systems to kind of, how do you say it? They would find ways to always increase your belief in something. Now, I'm not against anyone. I'm not judging religions here. I'm not judging the way we live. But I'm saying that you and I are just as capable of ruling our own lives and controlling ourselves and bringing discipline into your existence as much as anyone else who claims to have that control over you and me. For ages now, we have misunderstood ascended masters who only reincarnated in different parts of the world over time to teach mankind about unconditional love, to teach mankind about bringing peace and joy into the hearts of everyone you know. All right, it was not to create a system or a religion so a certain number of people can follow it. But this has been misunderstood again. Set that aside now. As people now, what do? We always feel the need to be controlled. The very thought of going in there and starting a business of your own leaves many of us startled. How am I going to do this? What am I going to do? How am I going to deal with this? But no, think about it. Someone had to do that and stand out for you to go and find a job there. Why do you feel the need to rely on someone else to bring that discipline and control? What makes you think that you are not capable of doing that for yourself? What makes you think that you are less able to bring that discipline into your life? Be it religion, be it work, anything. Politics. We always have allowed others who, out of ego mostly, if you notice it, out of ego, have the need to control groups of people. And this is how this world has evolved. We have always felt the need to be controlled by people who are feeding their own egos into having needs to control or discipline groups of people. And this is how civilization began ages ago, right from religions to politics to work. Everything that we run in our lives, we need somebody to tell us what to do, to put a system in place so that you feel comfortable in following somebody else's system, not your own. And now what happens is, in this world, everywhere you turn, you see people who claim to be enlightened souls, people who claim to walk around saying, I'm a guru, and I'm this and I'm that, I know better than you. Why do you feel the need to even connect to someone when we are all a part of this one consciousness? You have as many gifts as anyone else does. It's just that you're taking this one day at a time to learn how to use how to use them. You are not any less gifted. You need to understand this. All right? The reason why you're coming over to communities like this is to identify with yourself. What is it that I'm going through? You're just trying to identify it. You're not looking for a guru. You're trying to figure out what's going on with you. You know? You're trying to figure out how to make this work. What does this thing called? What do they have a name for it? You don't even have to know the name for things, because we basically know everything inside our soul. That's how we are made. We're made to remember all of this. And I feel that the system that this world believes in will at some point collapse. It has to collapse. But the system will not allow that, because to empower people, to awaken people would be dangerous to their own ego. And that is why governments have the need to control countries. And that is why spiritual leaders or gurus, they call themselves, have the need to always say, oh, I'm better than you. They need to consistently remind their so-called followers, their devotees, that, I know better, I know this, I know that, I can do this for you, I can do that for you. But when actually you are just as capable out of your own belief to connect with God or the highest dimension to get everything that you need. You do not need someone to do it for you. You do not. I have not felt the need at all. I've been recently, quite a while now, I've been asked by people if I could mentor them, if I could, if I have followers. I don't even like these terms to be used, because the only reason why I'm connecting with many people around the world is so that I can empower every single soul that walks through my path, and to make him or her feel powerful in their own self, not through me. I am not a guru. I am not a teacher. I am not some kind of ascended master. Even the ascended masters don't like to be called as ascended masters. That is not how they recognize themselves or address themselves on the other side. They don't have the need to do that at all. At all. You see, ego doesn't even play a part there. So why would they ever think that they need to be addressed as an ascended master? Jesus Christ washed the feet of his disciples and people who came, into his life. It was not a symbol. It was not happening on a special day. It did not happen on a special day. It was to symbolize that no one is above the other. It is to show that by washing somebody's feet, you're being humble. You're bowing down to the person before you. How many people follow that today? I don't see many people following that. Why does ego have to play such an important part? One of the biggest lessons we all have come here to learn is ego. Is to shed that ego. It is not such a difficult thing to do if you think about it. What good did your ego do at all? What good did it do? Yes, you may say that it's a form of defense for you, because other people put their ego up, so you need to put yours up too to stand in par. But for how long does this really matter? How many relationships have you lost How many people would have you lost in your life because of ego? Was it all that worth it? It doesn't hurt to say sorry. It doesn't hurt to say thank you. It doesn't hurt to say you're beautiful. It doesn't hurt to say anything that would make another person feel better about themselves. Because we're all one, and when have we ever decided that it wasn't that? When did it ever come to your knowledge that we're different? I do not intend to ever be exalted in any form. I just want to be remembered as someone who has passed on love. Someone who has told you that you're strong, and you're powerful, and you're of the light, and you have everything that I have. I do not want to be remembered as someone who you followed, who you came to for readings every time, who you think is specially gifted and probably, has amazing connections on the other side. I don't want anyone to think that way. I have come through several lifetimes of going through all of this. And trust me, it's not always nice. It isn't. I don't want to tell you have the things that I consist of. I don't find great joy in that. I don't find peace in that. Instead, I find much more peace and joy in empowering you, each one of you, to make you feel special, to let you know that you're such an amazing entity of light. You're magnificence. And each one of us, the only difference between you and me is the distance we travel. We always will reach the same destination. It is just how far we have come. It doesn't matter. So don't let someone else walk into your life and claim to be a guru, or someone who claims to know way better than you do. Because deep inside, your soul is no less deserving, no less powerful. And always believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. I want this message to go out to anyone and everyone, because it applies to everyone. So many people are spending thousands of dollars towards, trust, towards a lot of things. People who claim to have special powers don't come from the person. Special powers come from the other side. Special powers are there for every single one of us. It's not for me, it's not for someone else, it's not for just you. We all have it. And the only reason why you don't seem to have that, you're not able to predict, you're not able to, hear the spirits, see your spirit guides. You know why? It's because your soul is here to learn. You have different lessons to learn. I had to come from where you are to where I am today. It took hard work. You put in that much of hard work, you will, because every one of us does at the end of the day. You just have to realize that. There's no difference. All those people, all those gurus out there who sit up there on some stage in some comfy chair and have hundreds of people sitting in front of them thinking they're God, or exalting them, thinking they have some magnificent power. Give me a break. Give me a break. I don't ever want to be treated that way. I will reach out. Till my final breath, I will reach out to as many souls on this planet as possible, but I would never, ever want anyone to follow me. I do not want anyone referring themselves as devotees of Aisha. That is a disgusting word. You can only be a devotee of God. Only a devotee of God. And that is the highest you can go. And that is the best and safest place to be, because he has absolutely no ego. He doesn't expect you to spend thousands of dollars on him. God never asked anyone to spend thousands of dollars on him. God only asked that you love each other, that you follow your highest divine purpose, that you be a part of this one consciousness as you have always come to be. And that is what he wants. And if you think that you want the best guidance, the best guru ever, if you ever feel the need to have a guru, Look up to God Himself. You can never go wrong with Him. No one else deserves that. Ascended Masters, you know what? Buddha, Jesus Christ, all of the other prophets, all of the Ascended Masters, they only ever preached one thing, that is to love, to have peace in yourself. They only followed a system of their own. They didn't expect everybody to go along and follow a system and create a religion, a system out of it. No, that is not the intention. The intention here is to basically empower each one of you, to believe in yourself. Jesus Christ said, have faith the size of a mustard seed and you can move mountains. You think He was talking about someone else or Himself? He was talking to you. All through generations. What have we done except to have the herd mentality? What makes you think you're less deserving than the guy who owns the business that you work for? What is the difference between you and him? Nothing. A dream. A belief that he can do that. And you are just as strong and powerful and gifted as the person sitting next to you. And I believe some of you are even much more powerful than me. You just haven't awoken yet. And you will awaken. To believe in yourself, that is the message here. Be your own guru. If you want a guru at all, look up to the highest light. Look up to God. That's your guru. That there is your guru. No one else in this walking around here in this world at this point of time, and I dare say this online, I'm saying this live, you can share it on any platform you want. Any platform. No one walking on this planet right now deserves to be called a guru. The only guru that ever existed was God Himself. And I want to pass this, really wanted to pass this strong message across. And I pray that humbly that you would send this message across to as many people as possible who are so disillusioned by this whole thing. It hurts. It hurts because some of them want to know what makes me tick. I don't have to go out there and throw my weight around and say, look, this is how many roles I played. This is what I was before in my past life. This is what I did. This is what I did. No. What good is it going to be? How is it going to serve you? How is it going to serve mankind if I said what I was doing before? It won't serve anything. The only thing it will ever serve is ego, misunderstandings. If I was to say, oh, I was this goddess, what would you think? Oh, she's being egoistical. Right? That's how this world works. That's how this world works. That's how it will always work. And therefore, no one really who has any, who's played an important role before would want to even put themselves up on a pedestal to be worshipped. Don't take it from me, okay? Don't take it from me. Don't take any of this from me. Just go out there and do your own research. Meditate. Meditate, go up there. Do some astral projection on your own. And you will see that I'm being truthful. Because if I was to put myself on a pedestal and put everybody down, you'd understand that, okay, she is doing something else. She's on to something else. But no, I don't want to ever be put on a pedestal, please. Never. Because I think the purest form of anyone who deserves to be a guru is a toddler, a child. Besides God, the only ones who deserve that kind of love and that kind of worship is the child. Look into the eyes of your children and you will see the gurus, the real gurus, where they don't judge. I'm a mother too. I'm a mother of 2 children. I look at my 2-year-old and I think, what an amazing entity. Because he doesn't judge. He doesn't look at me on a good or bad day. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't need to. He just looks at his mother. So, this is the message that I have for you. Don't ever lose control of yourself. You're just as powerful. Take control of your own life. The discipline comes from within. You don't need someone else to tell you. that you need to be disciplined. If you have always wanted to start your own business, this is as good a time as any. You're feeding somebody else's dream by working for someone else. But if you want to feed your dream and you want to serve your own purpose, you've got to get out there and do it for yourself. Thank you so much for listening to my message. I hope some of it rings true for you. And remember, please never ever think that you're following me. Yes, I do work. I work a lot. There's a lot of hard work, a lot of tears. Some of you who know me close enough, you know that there's a lot of pain and tears inside me that I don't even talk about. Because I'm not here for that. I'm here to work. I'm here to do my job. I'm here to serve every single one of you until my last breath. I love you so much. Namaste.